Hello, BWJ agents. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to my live booking support Zoom meeting. My name is Kurt. I am your booking advisor, live and in the flesh right here. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, so I saw in the chat some of the music that I'm playing is who said it was Kool and the Gang? Lorraine did. Yes, it was a song by Kool and the Gang from way back, gosh, in the 80s, right? Some of you who have been on my calls going back several months now will remember that in my youth, I was a disc jockey, a mobile DJ. For a time in Las Vegas, I was on the air as a DJ for a short period of time there as well. And then I left Vegas back for California and I started a mobile DJ business of my own. So songs like that, bring back memories for this old guy, right? Anyway, welcome, everybody. If you were on my calls, Tom, I'm going to speak to that. Thank you for that. I hope you're feeling better, Tom says. Yeah, I do feel better. If you were on my calls, Zoom calls last week, you know that I brought back with me from the travel and adventure show in Seattle, I brought home with me the bug. And so, yeah, it was a rough week and weekend, to be honest, but I'm starting to improve. I think you can still hear in my voice. It's not completely gone away. But I'm not calling in sick. I'm going to be here with you guys mainly because we don't really have any other live booking support meetings going on last week and this week. And so I just don't want to, even if I'm down for the count, I'm going to take the NyQuil or the DayQuil and I'm going to be here for you guys. So here we are. All right. So who do we got today? Let's see. Lori. Welcome. Yuri is here. Michael, Joanne, Elise, Lorene. Yeah, cool. And the gang. Jazz version. That was a guy named Wyman Tisdale, by the way, in case anybody's interested. That's his version of that song. Lisa, Tom, we said hi. Matthew. Oh, Matthew, how you doing? I know we just exchanged. Matthew, you just booked your first booking. Guys, I want you to reach out and say happy or congratulations to Matthew Malinovsky. I've been helping him over the last few days, and I believe he just closed his very first booking. So congratulations, Matthew. Uh, Matthew, am I right? Did we close the deal? I think I got your email and said you did. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, everybody. Matthew's saying no. Oh, no. I could have sworn I thought you had the deal booked. All right. Well, gosh dang it. Look how grateful I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I shared the emojis I got in response. Oh, okay. So they sent you an emoji responses. That is strange. Wow, I thought we had that one locked in, Matthew. I'm sorry about that. But hey, take the congratulations that everyone's throwing at you and let's get to the next one, okay? Let's move on and make one happen. Okay. Gosh. I think it was quite a last minute deal too. So those last minute things don't always work out. Okay, so we've got Yolanda here, Adrian, Winsome, Sherry is here. Hey, Sherry, we're going to talk a little bit something that Sherry sent me an email earlier this week or over the weekend. I can't remember. And we're going to chat about some of that today. Okay, so get ready for that. Lady is here. For those of you who may not know this, Lady is Lady Mina, Mania. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. I always just call you Lady. So, anyway, she is our onboarding advisor, and she's here to help brand new agents in kind of just getting their feet wet, getting off the ground, and managing, our the agent dashboard, things like that. Um, just getting going. Okay, that's what Lady does for us, and she's great. Um, how many do we have any new agents that are on their in their first booking live booking support Zoom meeting? Do we have any new agents that are here for the first time? I'm curious as always. See who we have. I'm trying not to sniffle, guys, as best I can. Do we have any new agents? All right. Hi, Casey. You're new, and this is your third live meeting. Great, 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 great. Um, cool. All right. Well, if we tried to help with tuning both robust, have questions about that. Okay, Susan. Yeah. Um, we're going to talk about um clients today that or potential clients that you've been working with that didn't make it to the finish line. I guess that's how I'm going to put it. And we're going to talk about that today. So, all right. Well, Tina's brand new. Tina, welcome. Glad to have you here with us. You could not be, your timing, for those of you who are brand new, could not be better. We got a lot going on here at BWJ, and a lot more in store for you as in the near future. But first of all, some of you might wonder why Jacob is not conducting his Zoom meetings. And again, if you've been on my calls over the last couple of weeks, you know that he is busy onboarding new agents into our affiliate program. If you don't know about our affiliate program, the new affiliate program, it's real simple. We are now able to invite others to join us on this endeavor here at BWJ, become an agent, a travel agent with us, and then work underneath you where you will earn commissions or an override, so to speak, on their sales. This is called passive income. And it's yet another way that Jacob and Edwin have decided to, support all of us with yet another income stream. In addition to that, we of course have our new, I call it our new Book Now portal inside your agent dashboard. And I've been using that a little bit more lately. And wow, sometimes the deals in there are incredible, and you get to pick your own commissions. Basically, decide how much commission that you want to make on a booking. Now, if for the time being, I'm going to continue to say this and remind you that our new Book Now portal is net rates, okay, net only. So what that means is that there are no commissions on the numbers that you initially see when you're researching inside that portal. No commissions attached, right? So you have to add your commission or what you believe to be the right amount of commission, all right, to each and every booking, and that includes flights. So it's pretty awesome. I think in a future Zoom booking support meeting, I might spend some time on um, talking about, what is a fair commission? How do you decide how much to add to a particular booking? I think we'll get into that. That's a good hour, if not longer, topic. So I think we'll do that at some point in the future. All right. Reminder, we have a Q&A box. It is available to you to type in questions during the course of this meeting. Um, and it will continue to be available to you until we wrap things up. Okay. So you can type your questions in there, but as it says at the bottom of the screen right now, the nature of this meeting is booking related. Okay. Issues, topics, questions related to bookings, the suppliers, that kind of thing. If you have a support related question, we're not going to be able to address much of that. Okay. We just don't have enough time in this short hour to do that. Okay. So that is that. I see some questions starting to come in. I will get to those in just a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, if I can keep from sniffling and hacking, let's get let's get into our meeting. All right. So today we're going to continue with the format that I have with all of my meetings, and that is this agenda. And we're going to start. I may not spend much time at all. I guess we have a couple of new agents in here, so I'll go ahead and share a little bit about me and how I arrived at BWJ and why you see this logo over here and not a BWJ logo when you're in a BWJ meeting. I'll share that with you. But I'm going to keep it short because so many of you have heard it over and over again. So we'll do that real quick, and then we will get into some Q&A here going on. I see some more questions being popped in there, so that's great. Thank you for that. We'll get to those in a couple of minutes. And then we're going to get into our topic. And how do I want to preface this? I think that you all know that those of you have participated in our Zoom meetings weekly, mine and Jacob's, that you will always get from us. And if you deal with us one on one or via email, call, Zoom, whatever, you're always going to get the real deal. In other words, no fluff, no hype, no exaggerations, no cheery rah rah techniques, and in terms of the way we communicate. You're going to get the straight real deal from us all the time. It's one of the reasons why I accepted the role here as a booking advisor with Jacob and his brother Edwin, because that's how they are. They are as real and honest as the day is long, and so you're always going to get that from us. Well, today I'm going to speak. How do you want to say this? I'm going to speak real talk. Real talk. That's the word. That's the phrase. Real talk. And I'm going to address something that has been brought up several. Well, gosh, I would say frequently. I would say at least once, twice a week. I'll have an agent ask me the same question. And we're going to talk about that today. And that is, click this button here. How many of you have started working? You've engaged a client, they have responded. You get started trying to research their trip. And after some period of time, sometimes it happens quickly. Other times you spend a great deal of time, maybe a couple of hours, 3, 4 hours, maybe a couple of days going back and forth, and then they just stop. They ghost you, or they tell you that they have moved on with something else, or they booked with somebody else, or something like that. Has that happened to anybody? I just want to give it a second here in the chat to see how many of you have had that happen. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I move on. Okay, Sylvia has a great attitude. I like your attitude, Sylvia. Matter of fact, I love your attitude. She says, me even spoke on the phone, but I move on to the next. They aren't raining on my parade. That's a great attitude to have. Johnny, yes, my first and only contacted client so far did that. Okay. Okay. Joanne, Yuri, it's happened to you. Lady of Matthew, I guess it's just now happening. I'm sorry about that, Matthew. Uh, and Sherry, traveling queen Sherry. She's actually the motivator for me to speak on this subject today. Okay, so we're going to talk about this particular subject. Okay, we're going to get into it. Next, we're I'm clicking the wrong button. There we go. Next, we're going to talk about what to do to establish more credibility as a travel agent. And of course, the only thing I can really share with everyone in terms of what you can do different is to continue to share some of the things that I have done to increase credibility and to establish trust and to establish a trusting relationship with clients. Okay, it's difficult to do when essentially you're behind a screen and they're behind a screen and you're emailing or texting back and forth. It's not easy to get somebody to trust you. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I have done. Now, I hesitate sometimes when I spit out these numbers that I'm about to, because I don't want to sound like I am bragging. And so I fear that I sound that way when I share these numbers. But last year I've been at this a year and a half. For those of you who are brand new, there's a couple or three people in here brand new right now, new agents. I started just the same way you did. I attended a webinar, and I had retired at 58. I've been a business owner for 20 some odd years, and I got bored, and I was looking for something to do from home, and that's how I landed at BWJ. Um, Now, marketing online, website, things like that are something that I had experience with. So I jumped right into that. I created a logo, right? My travels guy, where travel dreams take flight. I created, set up social media, told all my friends and family. That's the first thing I did. Once I had the logo set up, I created some business cards. I did all that, and I'm going to talk more about that today. Now, I do want to say this. I'm also fearful. I'm going to brag. I'm going to brag. I'm going to I'm going to share the numbers with you, my numbers, but I'm also fearful about the subjects that we're going to talk about today and showing you some of the things I've done to create credibility and to lessen the amount of ghosting and unresponsive clients. But I want to say this. I'll probably say this a couple times throughout today's meeting. Do not feel, do not think that if you are unable to do some of the things I'm going to show you that I've done, that you can't do this. Don't feel that way. You'll understand more what I'm talking about once I dive into this. Okay. So after the today's topics, we will get back into some more Q&A, I think, towards the end of the meeting, and we'll try to answer all those questions that are in that Q&A box that you leave for me. Okay, before we hang things up. Okay. And then, of course, at the top of the hour, we will do just that. We'll wrap it up. All right. So let's get to some questions first. All right. Let's see what we got here. Janice is saying hello in the questions. Hi, Janice. Glad you're here. Humberto, how do we set the price markup for flights only using Expedia Tap? Humberto, that's a great question. And by the way, I do appreciate you and I have been emailing back and forth. I know you're working on was it 60 people? Was that it? Is it 60 people or 60 rooms? I can't remember now. But anyway, Humberto's working on a real big agreement here, or a real big deal. So good luck with that, Humberto. But so he's asking, how do we set the price markup for flights only using 61 people, 30 rooms, Humberto? Thanks for that clarification. So to answer your question, well, you know what? Let me go back. I forgot to tell you. So last year, I completed the year at just over 600,000 in sales, okay, in bookings. Right now, I'm going to share my screen with you guys here in a second. I'll show you where I'm at the moment. And a lot of what we're going to talk about is the fact that I'm not the brightest tool or the sharpest tool in the shed necessarily. But there's some things that I have done. And also, I've paid very close attention to every single one of Jacob's meetings and learned just literally everything I know, in essence, from him. But let me quickly share my screen, and I'm going to show you where we're at. Can you all see my screen? Okay. This is right now, we're 20 days into January, and here is commission, or not commissions, these are total sales, and this is commissions. Okay. So, again, not to brag, but two reasons I share that information with you guys is one, to make sure that you know you can do this. Okay. For those of you who might be getting a little slower start out of the gate than you would like, patience, my friends, patience. You got to just keep plugging away. And second, it's doable. It can be done. And it can be done if you're able to get good at establishing relationships and your credibility. Okay. So yes, motivation. Thank you, Sherry. That's the thing. And hard work. You're right. I'd spend a great many hours at doing what I do. And you're going to wind up doing that as well. Now, some of you have engaged in this endeavor here at BWJ to be a travel agent part time, maybe make a little extra money. Others of you might be, on track to doing this as a full time career for you. And so, either way, the opportunity is here, it's real, and you can do it. That I can assure you. Okay. And I'm going to do my best as long as I'm here to impart a lot of my experience, my real time experience, as to why I'm able to take this opportunity to the next level. Okay. All right, so let's get back to the questions. Humberto, your question about setting a price markup for flights only using Expedia Tap, you cannot do that. You cannot, Expedia Tap does not have a mechanism for you to add commissions. Okay. Vax does, Apple Vacations does. Those of you who might use downtown travel for flight only, you're able to add commissions in the form of, and same thing with Vax, in the form of what's called an admin fee. And now with our new Book Now portal inside your agent dashboard, remember I just talked about this. Those are net rates. You have to add commissions. You don't have to for flights if you don't want to, but you can with our new our Book Now portal. Okay. So there are ways to do it, but just not in Expedia Tap. Okay. So that should answer your question, Humberto. Rodney, on Book Now, you have to pay at the time when booking. Yeah, at the moment, Rodney, I don't see any options for payments, financing, or that sort of thing in our Book Now portal. Now, I believe all that's being worked on. I just exchanged some emails with Edwin just the other day, and I know that he is continuing to work hard to improve what's already a great technology that he's embedded inside your agent dashboard with the Book Now button. So I know he's working hard on that. I don't know exactly what he's working on, but I would imagine some of that is probably coming, financing and or paying over time and that sort of thing. I bet they're working on it, but I don't know for sure. Don't mark my words, okay, Rodney? Humberto, can we add markup services to the credit card agreement? So if you're going to, let's say you go look up a flight in Expedia Tap. One second here. What did I do? There we go. If you are gonna, I'm sorry, not Expedia Tap, Vax, or downtown travel for flights only, or beds online, for example, you can add more commission to their existing 16%. Yes, you definitely need to add that number, add whatever it is you're adding for commissions into the credit card agreement. Now, you don't need to separate it. For example, Humberto, if it's let's say your room cost at Beds Online shows 1,000, right, and you get 16% commission, and you want to add, I don't know, $50 to that commission or $100. Let's say you add $100. Well, then the client in your credit card authorization, you're going to type in there that the room is $1,100. It's just that's easy. Okay. So that's how you do that. I hope that answers your question, Humberto. All right, Susan, Kurt, on the data management, access new clients, I choose a client. The two I have selected thus far, one had a telephone number that was not working number, and the other provided no contact information at all. Then I have to wait 8 more hours to select another client. Susan, that's how it works. It's one a day, 30 or some odd a month, depending on how many days of the month. That's 360 client leads and opportunities that you have every year. Nobody does that. I can tell you that. Nobody. So, what a great program that is. However, sometimes you're right. You'll pull down a client from the client list, and you're not able to contact them for whatever reason. When that happens, screenshot that and then send an email to support@bwjagents.com showing them that you're unable to contact this client. And then, you know what? They'll provide you with a backup lead. They'll give you another lead. Okay, that's how you do it. All right. Then Susan's coming back at me with another question. Okay, no problem. Travel Agent Academy. Do we need to complete this before moving forward? Having trouble with Agent Profiler. Okay, again, Susan, the you need to reach out to support and just ask for some help there. Okay, this is a booking related Zoom meeting, and so what you're talking about there is support related stuff. So if you could reach out to our amazing support team at right here, support@bwjagents.com. And I know that Lady for sure has booked or has typed in some additional information and contact information in the chat as well. Okay, so reach out to them. Also, last question from Susan. We don't have, she's asking about getting an email with bwjagents.com. I'm about to talk about. Oh my gosh. I'm still a little foggy. Um, but I'm going to speak to that here in just a second. So hang in there. And we don't have right now a bwjagents.com email address for you to take advantage. We just don't have a program like that yet. Let's do one more here. Steve, when using the booking portal, what do you do if they book through the email and you don't have all your information? Okay, Steve, unfortunately, I don't have time to address that specifically. My understanding is even though it seems as if the client can book a trip that you email to them through our Book Now portal, you still get an instant email once they click on that, and then you assist them with the booking. That's my understanding. Okay, but for clarification on that, please reach out to our support team at support@bwjagents.com. Okay. All right, I'm going to hold off right there. Okay, well, wait. Michael's got one more question, and then I'll stop on the Q&A for a little bit. Michael's asking, is requesting service fee advisable? Okay, let's talk about that for just a quick second. So Jacob has something. If you go back into his calls, over the last few months, last year, he talks about something called Jacob's Way. And one of the reasons he was one of the top earner of commissions in the country multiple years is because of what he calls Jacob's Way. And that is making sure that he gets paid fairly for the work that he does. So oftentimes you'll find that you go to a resort's website, you look up the rate that the resort is offering for a room or a suite. You find out that they're saying it's $1,000. Okay, let's just for example. You then go to Beds Online and you look at the rate there and you find it's $750, right? There's a $250 gap or difference between what the hotel is offering and what Beds Online is offering. That is a good example of adding $100 to your 16% commission at Beds Online. Make it $850, right? And then make sure the client knows that the resort is charging $1,000 to the public. You got it for $850. The client wins because you gave them a rate that beats the hotel or the resort, but you added an additional $100 commission at the same time. So it's a win-win for both you and the client. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? How that works? Okay. So that's going to do it for a few minutes here on the Q&A. Let's get into our topic. Ghosting. Yeah, okay. So let's make sure we understand that no matter what you do, no, I don't, no matter really, no matter what you do, it's part of the industry. It's going to happen. It still happens to me. However, it happens a lot less to me because I s- I was sensitive to that in the very beginning when I started a year and a half ago, and I started to do things to lessen the frequency of clients spending a great deal of time of your time and then not booking. Okay. And so let's talk about this. One of the things I want to I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share my screen again. Let me get this set up though. Um, Let me just give me a second here. Okay, so regarding social media, there are groups on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and others where you have this kind of stuff. Somebody created this page right here on Facebook, and it's called "I Need a Travel Agent." I suspect the person who is that created this site is a travel agent, and they somehow got this page to get real popular. 40, almost 50,000 members. It's a public group. And I made the mistake early on. I saw this and I thought, wait, if these are potential clients that are jumping in here and asking, looking for a travel agent. Okay. And I thought, wow, this is great. And it's free. I'm in. I'm going to tell you something, everybody. I stopped within hours or even days of trying to fool around with this. I quit. And I'll tell you why. So this group, you've got this person here, Zana. She says, I'm looking for a travel agent. Check this out. How many comments do they have? 228. How in the heck are you going to jump in here and everyone always says the same thing? I'd love to help. I'm a travel agent. Let's look at some of these comments. Let's just take a look. Hold on. Click here. Okay. All right. So, and I understand a lot of these are new agents around the country. They don't know better, I don't think, and they're in here trying desperately to get this person to pay attention to them. Happy to help you. I would love to be your travel agent. Would love to assist you. Extremely busy marketing here. This is way too much information. Nobody reads these things. We have the attention span of a gnat nowadays. So don't create marketing pieces that look like this. That's just way too much. Okay. But here we go. I'm a travel agent. How can I help you? I'm happy to help. I'd love to help. Okay, my point is, let's look at a couple more real quick. By the way, I got a feeling we're going to go overtime today, everyone, and I don't mind doing that since we're missing Jacob until he finishes up with the affiliate onboarding. So I don't mind going overtime. But here's one. This is a lovely family. And she's a travel agent and she's advertising here on this particular page. Lovely family. She says that she's a wife, mom, music teacher. This is great. 19 years. She's a travel agent in New York. She books a lot of cruises and all inclusives, Disney World, things like that. And when you work with her, her services are completely complimentary. She loves helping people plan unforgettable trips. This sounds wonderful. How many comments does she have? Two in this particular Facebook forum. Okay. And in fact, she's got another travel agent and wants to just collaborate with her. Okay. So look at the, all right. So here's Tammy looking for a Disney travel agent. 288. Oh, since I clicked 290 comments. All right. Here's someone, Jennifer, as she and looks like her husband or significant other are looking for a travel agent for booking a cruise March 1st through 8th. 330. All right. So you get where I'm going with this. Okay. That's just one Facebook group. And there are tons of them out there. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that you have clients who are perusing around the internet and they're trying to find whatever it is they're looking for. And somehow they have landed on one of our marketing pages and they turn into being part of our client list. But obviously, they're looking other places. So what's happening here? Could it be that some of these potential clients are price shopping? Might they pit travel agents against each other in maybe in this kind of a forum or some other way, where they've got three travel agents, maybe or more, working on their trip, and then they just go with whoever they feel is the cheapest? Is that possible? Maybe. Are they taking the information that you provide them and going on their own and booking elsewhere? Are they booking on booking.com or Travelocity or one of the other booking engines? It's hard to say. You don't know for sure unless you ask and they tell you. Maybe they don't book because they realize after engaging with you and seeing the pricing, it's just they don't have the money. They have caviar dreams on a Burger King budget. That happens. I know that has happened because I've actually asked a couple of times why somebody didn't book, and I did get that answer. We just didn't know it was going to be that expensive, right? So that could be. And here's another reason why somebody might just stop communicating with you when everything seemed to be working so well with your communication. And that's because they're getting excited and they start talking to a family member or a friend who doesn't know what they're talking about and says to them, well, you don't need a travel agent. What do you need a travel agent? They're just going to they're just going to, charge more money or whatever, which isn't the case, but they don't know. So they say that, and then this potential client goes, "Well, what do I do?" And this family member or friend says, "Well, just don't respond. It's a scam." I don't know. You just don't know what happens behind the scenes, right? So what are you going to do? How do you deal with that? And again, I'm going to ask for how many of you are relating to what I'm talking about here, and this has happened to you before, and it's frustrating to you at the very least. How many of you have experienced all of what I'm talking about here? Steve, a lot. Yuri, yes, I know. Hmm. Sylvia, Adrian, yes. JM, too many times. Armstrong, yes. Joanne Morris, yes. Me, uh-huh. Okay. Humberto, yes, of course. Katiana, Joanna, looks, yeah, we all have. We all have, okay? And it's not going to go away. This situation of people ghosting or just stop communicating with you in the middle of nowhere is just not going to go away. But you can reduce the frequency of it by establishing credibility, okay? Credibility. So let me ask another question. How many of you have received spam emails in your email inbox? I know that's a silly question. I know all of us. I don't even need you to answer that. We've all received spam in our emails. No matter what we try to do, they come through. offers for employment where you can make 5,000 a week working, 1 hour a day. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Lady says me too much. Yeah. Sylvia, Matthew, who doesn't? I know. I know. Well, let me provide the next question. Like I said, this is real talk today. BWJ agents, real talk. Those email addresses, where are they coming from? In other words, they are from where? Gmail, Hotmail, and what else? What are some of the other email addresses that you have gotten that have been spam emails? Yahoo, that's right. Yeah, Yahoo. Too many scams in Yahoo. You're right, Lisa. Tankika, yeah, Yahoo. Um, okay, so all of those spam emails come from pretty much the same free email addresses. All right. So I'm going to back up now and I'm going to repeat what I said earlier as we started the meeting. Please do not think that when I share with you what I'm about to share with you, that if you can't do it, if you're not ready, you don't have the funds or to do this kind of stuff and to move forward with what I'm sharing with you today, that doesn't mean you can't book trips. It doesn't mean that at all, and it doesn't mean you're going to fail. What I'm going to share with you are some of the things that you can do if you're able, either now or in the future, in the near future, to increase credibility and to increase trust with your clients. Okay. Now, think about this for a second. You're asking a client whom you've never met. I don't know how many of you do Zoom calls, one-on-one Zoom calls with your clients. I always ask every one of my clients if they're interested in a one-on-one Zoom meeting with me. I know that if I get someone on a meeting, they're mine. That's it. They are my clients. I never, ever lose a client in the process or during the process if I have a one-on-one Zoom meeting because that establishes the relationship. So, but now I will tell you, only a handful, maybe 25% of my clients care to get on a Zoom call. But just the fact that I'm willing to do that is helps me with my credibility. Okay. That's just one thing. But the other thing is these emails, Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo.com. I think that a lot of clients or potential clients find that they're having trouble feeling that the person they're dealing with is a serious professional travel agent who is about to learn extremely sensitive information. Okay. What do I mean by extremely sensitive information? You're going to, in order to book trips, you're going to need their email address, their phone number, their home address, where they live. You're going to need their passport information. Oh my gosh, and expiration dates. Their TSA pre-check numbers and expiration dates. The names and dates of birth of not only them, but their children. Okay? Oh my gosh, that is extremely sensitive information. And then after you get all that data, you're going to gain access to their credit card and with the ability to spend thousands of dollars using their credit card. Okay, real talk, agents, real talk here. So think about that for a second. No wonder some clients get skittish. If you haven't established trust, if you haven't established credibility, why would they give you all that data and all that information? Okay. Folks, am I making any sense? Is this hitting home for any of you? Are you feeling like you're having trouble getting past all that? What do you think? Yes, like I said today, agents, real talk here. I will attribute my success so far in this business in the past year and a half. Number one, to Jacob and Edward for being real, honest guys who are doing everything in their power to make their business successful by making us successful. Okay, that's their philosophy. So I give them thanks. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Edwin. The second thing that next to that, just below that, and for my success, is my ability to create trust and establish trust with my clients. And so we are going overtime today. For those of you who want to hang out, I'm going to share with you most everything I've done to try to. I can't never going to eliminate these clients that engage and then just go away or don't book with you. You're never going to eliminate it, but I'm talking about reducing the percentage. Okay, that's where we're going. All right. I'm glad to see in the chat that a lot of you are appreciating our straight talk today. And again, the only thing I can do here, everyone, is just show you what I've done to be successful. And so let's start getting into that. All right. I'm looking at my notes because I felt like this is a really important subject, and I don't want to. I want to make sure I cover all the points that I'd like to cover. Okay, first thing is you were encouraged as you were in your initial training to go to Travel Leaders Network, which is our consortium, and establish what's called an agent profiler page. Okay, you're all familiar with all that, right? So I'm going to show you mine. Let me get into this. It was the very first thing that you're encouraged to do. And by the way, for those of you who may not know, a consortium, this is the way our industry works. BWJ is a host agency. In order to be a host agency, they have to be accredited and belong to a consortium, which is kind of a higher level, so to speak. Travel Leaders Network does their own marketing. They spend money to drive eyeballs to their website, and clients are able to go through there and find you if you have your agent profiler up based on where you live. So I've had several leads and have booked several trips as a result of my agent profiler. So let's go take a look at it. I'm going to show you. This is a start. Okay, this is what you do that doesn't cost anything. It's free, right? Um, okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna go click somewhere else. One second. Kurt, give me a moment. I want to go straight to here we go. Let's see if this will pop up. Can you all see my screen? Okay, Travel Leaders Network. There it is. This is my agent profiler is the first page. It was the first presence, really, that I got up and got up and going because during the training, I was told you got to do this. Okay, Matthew, how long does it take to get a lead from there? I don't know, Matthew. I know that I had this page up gosh, I don't know, maybe it was a month or two. I got my first lead out of here. Okay. But look, if we go through here, 100% recommended. And the reason I got that is, and I know I have a year and a half of experience here at BWJ, but a lot of you I didn't may know that I have booked my own travel and that of my family and friends, uh, gosh, for 30 years, which is one of the reasons I was attracted to this business after I retired because I knew I could do, I got experience booking for others. I just never made commissions on it. So anyway, 14 reviews I have, and that's because I've asked my clients, and I've provided them a link to go here and put reviews in here for me. Okay, so let's share this. This is important. So here's Lauren. I sent her and her girlfriend to Ireland. Look at, she's just, I did an amazing job. She gets an anxiety traveling to new places, and she usually spends a lot of time researching everything. She never used a travel agent before. She used me, and who was recommended by a friend. And she says she's going to use me again. Okay, so I won't go through all of these, but you've got, these are all 5-star reviews. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Have you ever Googled yourself or chat GPT'd yourself to find out what the interweb is saying about you? Yeah, that's interesting. So once you get started with stuff like this, Google and Chat GTP, they find this stuff. And when somebody puts your name into Google, this might come up. Okay, do you follow me? Right. So the more you do, the more, social media, the more, if you have a website at some point, all of these things will come up if somebody does a Google search on you. And this is just one. This is a way to get started to establish credibility. Okay. How many times do you think that you might have a client who went to go look you up somewhere and don't find anything? They can't find anything about you at all on the internet. Then they're going to give you all that sensitive data and let you spend thousands on their credit card. I don't know. It's just something to think about. Okay, so this at the very least is important. All right. Also, you want to consider a .com email. Okay, I really, if you're not able to do this right away and you don't have the funds, it's okay. Yesterday, I helped two agents book large trips, large money trips, in excess of $6,000 on one. I think the other one was like 7,500. And they don't have a website. They don't have a .com email. They're at Gmail or Yahoo or whatever. And so I'm not saying that if you don't do all these things that I'm talking about, you're not going to be able to make bookings and nobody's going to trust you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying this meeting should result in you understanding of some of the things that we can do, that you can do, going either now or going forward to reduce the amount of people who don't book with you. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my email with you. It doesn't cost that much, actually. You can go to GoDaddy or one of the other providers and get yourself a .com email address without paying for or starting a website. You can do it. But let me share my screen with you guys again, only this time I want to show you. Oh, let me get this set up. 1 second. Let's go to new email. There we go. Hold on a second, guys. I don't want to. I want to show just a portion of this screen. Let's say Tim. Hold on. Travel. Okay, just a second. We got that going. I am going now into my drafts. I'm going to click on. Okay, here's what I wanted to show you. Give me 1 second here. Gosh dang it. It then went away. Draft, Timothy. Okay, so I'm going to hit share my screen and I want to show you an email, what I do with my email. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And we definitely going over time today, everybody, if it's okay with you guys. Okay, here it is. So, can you see my screen? All right, great. Let's see here. Okay, so this is an email that I'm getting started. Okay, and look what it looks like. So this is what's called a signature line in an email. Okay, you don't necessarily have to have a .com email address to create a professional looking signature line. I know that some of you already have something established, but if you don't and you're sending an email, even if it's Gmail or Yahoo or one of the other free email services, at the very least, have your tagline look pro. Okay? Because what are you trying to do here? Establish credibility. You're trying to establish trust. And so you want your emails to look good. Okay. Now I've taken this a step further. If you can see what happens, watch my cursor. See what it does? It turns into a little hand. What that means is if somebody clicks anywhere on this, it goes straight to my website. Boom. Okay. And then right here, Travel Leaders Network. Okay. I took their little logo and let's see if I can get it to show. But if I click on this, it'll take me, there you go, to that URL, which is my agent profiler page at Travel Leaders Network, further establishing my credibility. Okay. So just these two things here have helped me, I believe, immensely in establishing trust. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop share there for a second. Okay. Let me look at my notes. All right. So let's go backwards. What are some of the things you can do right now to get started? Number one, make sure that you have your agent profiler and Travel Leaders Network. So when people are looking for you online, hopefully they can find that and see that you're for real, that you're a real travel agent. Okay. The second thing I was suggesting is considering a .com email. Go to any of the web providers that provide websites, templated websites, which is what I did. My website I built myself, but I actually didn't build it. GoDaddy has a templated area, and I just picked out how I wanted it to look. And with AI now, they pretty much do it all for you. Okay, but if you're not ready for that, the very least a .com email address. The next thing I'm going to suggest for you to do is to create a logo. I did it at design.com. There's Canva, there's so many platforms out there that have again templated everything from business cards to Facebook posts and so on and so forth. Just so many of them out there. I use design.com and they have created my branding and my logo. Okay. And then I suggest you get business cards. I know that sounds old school. I get it. But everywhere I go, I carry my business cards with me, and I don't know how many trips I've booked after I've handed my card over to somebody, and or somebody asks me, what do you do for a living? And I say, well, I help people save time and money as a travel advisor. That simple little statement right there causes people to go, "What? You're a travel what? A travel advisor, travel agent? How does that work?" I mean, that's the response I get whenever anyone asks me what I do. I then hand them my business card, and I'm in. I'm now going to talk. Why are you thinking about going on a trip at some point? Could you use some expert advice and maybe save some money and some wholesale pricing and some better options, that kind of a thing? Oh yeah, I'd be interested in all that. Okay, great. Well, here, let me write down your phone number, or here's my card. Go to my website, take a look around if you want, or just email me, or call or text. Okay, so I recommend that. Next, there's business cards are not expensive. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And getting a logo and design.com is also minimal, $30, something like that. And then the next thing you can do that doesn't cost anything, right, is social media. Get your Facebook page going, get Instagram going. I am still very weak on my TikTok game. I've mentioned that several times in past meetings. I'm very weak. I need to focus some attention on that and get better at it. How did I learn how to create a really cool Facebook business page? Real simple. I YouTube. You can go to YouTube. You all know this, I think. You can go to YouTube and you can literally find someone who's going to share with you exactly how to build a Facebook page, business page, or an Instagram page, or a TikTok page. So the resources out there, if you don't know how to do a lot of this stuff, are there at your fingertips. Okay, and just for the heck of it, I am going to jump into my Facebook page, and I'm just going to share with you what I do. And it's not hard to find content, really, in Facebook. For those of you who are Facebookers, right? You know that your friends and family and acquaintances, right? They're always sharing stuff with you, right? And they're sharing it via Messenger, or they'll just repost it on their own pages. You can do the same thing with your Facebook page. Okay. So hold on. I'm going to show you mine. All right. One second. I'm trying to get into the one I want. Hold on a second. Okay, here. This is what I want. All right. I'm going to share my page with y'all. Here we go. Everybody good? We're over time. Are we okay with that? Are we providing hopefully some real talk and some information that'll be helpful? I want you guys to succeed. I want everyone to do well. And you can, if you do just a few of these simple things, you can make this happen. All right. Okay, so here is my Facebook page. All right, let's take a look. So, 9 hours ago. So, Margaritaville, because in my personal Facebook page, I click on travel related stuff, guess what Facebook serves up to me? Travel related stuff, right? We all know how that works. So, what I do a lot of times as I'm perusing my personal Facebook page and I see something like this from Margaritaville, right? I'll just go ahead and copy maybe the image and then paste it into a post on my business Facebook page. In this case, 9 hours ago, I decided to show both of these here. Okay. Now, what is this going to do if you have a client who's a little nervous about all this, critical data and information on them that they're going to provide you, and then give you, carte blanche to their credit card? Uh, do you think this might help a little bit if they go find a page like this and this is you? You see a professional logo. You got a name of a business. You got marketing here inside the page that has a travel related content. Lately, I've been on a kick here with Margaritaville because I love the concept of this Margaritaville cruise. But here is, 5 must-visit destinations across Asia. You'll notice in my Facebook page, I almost always put my website right there. Because if someone finds my Facebook page on their own, I want them to also find my website. Okay, I'm going to click on my website in just a second and share some of that with you. I got a little personal here. Normally on my business Facebook page, I don't really share an awful lot of my face or what I am doing unless I'm on a fam trip or I have come back from a fam trip and I've got some photos to show. So I keep myself out of the picture kind of as much as possible. And I stick with cruises. This is a cool thing. This is funny. Let me see if I can click on this and make it work. Can you see that? All right. So that's something that I can do. Here's Secrets Playa Mujeres Golf and Spa Resort. I think you guys are understanding what I'm doing here. Um, this is a 7 night Western Caribbean cruise that I've got. Anyway, my point is that I'm a real travel agent, and that's what I'm showing here. Now, let me go ahead and click on my website. I'm going to share this with you guys. A lot of you have seen this before. So, it's not hard. It's to get through my website. I don't want it to be super, super duper busy. I don't want tons of language. I don't want lots and lots of words. And I hope I got just a little bit of information here. And then let's get into the meat and potatoes right now. Flights, hotels and resorts, excursions and tours. I think it was last week we talked about Viator. And one of the things you can do whenever you get to the point where you want to build or you're able to build a website, again, I did this in GoDaddy.com. You can get Viator to provide you a link. Watch this. We click on excursions and tours. It's going to take me right straight to my Viator account. See where it says Kurt C right there? Okay. If anyone goes in here and books an activity from my website, I get the commission. Okay. So I just wanted to share that's just one cool feature. Okay. So let's go down. I do cruises, VIP concerts and tickets, and sports packages, hotels, resorts, flights. Okay. Here's some pictures that, for those who might be interested, different photos from around the world. Here are all of the my happy clients, right? Here are all of my, or not all of them, but quite a few of my, my clients who have given me reviews, and I can just click here. Blah, 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 blah. Again, I am not a web designer. Okay, I am not a graphics designer. In fact, I can't even draw a decent stick figure. But GoDaddy and other sites like Canva and Wix and others, they can make this happen for you for relatively little money. Okay, but it's going to help make you look more professional and trustworthy with your clients' sensitive data and with their credit cards. Okay. I added this in here. This is a feature that I didn't just make that up on my own. It was part of the template that GoDaddy provided me. They had this little thing here so I went and snagged these logos, and I made sure that they're high resolution logos. In fact, I just went into Google and I put high definition logo for Disney travel agents or Universal Parks or Sandals or Princess, and Google found them for me, and then I just snagged them off the web and threw them in here. But does this not make me look like I'm associated directly with these established travel brands? That's my point. Okay. All right. The other thing I've done here is all the way through this, my phone number is always right here, always in your face, okay, in case somebody wants to call. And then I always have my email address available. If you want to, I say my hours are 9 to 5. And then here you can actually book online a get to know you consultation. Again, this was provided by GoDaddy. They already had this sort of kind of built in. I just turned it on and then decided which days I want to be available. Okay. These are links to my Facebook and my Instagram. You can join my quarterly newsletter, all of that here. And again, I'm going to say this. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not very artistic in any way, shape, or form. Now, the other thing I did that makes me credible is I used, and I've gone over this in previous meetings, and I am running out of time, so I won't be able to dive too deep into this. But when my clients are ready to go, and they say, Kurt, we like what you've shown us. The pricing is right for us. We're ready. Let's go for it. I have what's called a traveler profile form, I call it. And this is embedded in the website. It's not hard to do, believe it or not. And the form is from a company called JotForm. jotform.com. Now look at this. I make sure that the clients realize that this information is encrypted, it's secure, and it's never, ever shared. I like to have that language in there because again, we're trying to establish trust here. Okay. And then I have all the details that I need that the client can figure out, not figure out, I'm sorry, input into this. And I do this for a couple of reasons. One, again, I admit, not the brightest. I keep saying that. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed always. So I have a tendency to jot stuff down on a piece of paper and then get lost and miss something or misplace the paper or forget to ask, information that I need. And I don't want to go back and forth with my client. Oh, I forgot to ask you about your TSA pre-check. What's your KTN number? I don't want to do that. I want all of the information here. So jotform.com. And this way, if when the clients when they enter this data, this information, it's everything I need. And look right here, Jot form. Guess what? Just like GoDaddy, just like Wix, just like Canva, just like design.com. I've been talking about all of these sites that provide these templated opportunities for you for very little money. This one is free. Did you hear that? Free. It doesn't cost a dime. Jotform, you can sign up on their account, and I believe you can create 5 forms, uh, no charge. Now, at the bottom of this form, it's got their marketing and their advertising, right? Jotform, create your own Jotform. I can get rid of that by paying a fee. I don't really care that it's there. It's not bothering me. It's not affecting me. It's not doing anything to reduce the credibility with my clients as far as I'm concerned. So I didn't pay. I have not paid. And I've been using their service now for over a year. Now, you don't need a website for this. You can create a jot form just like this. And if you want to, go to my website. You can copy if you'd like. I have no problem with any agents wanting to go here and just copy this thing. The other thing you can do, by the way, with my Facebook page is you can steal stuff from there all day long if you want. I want to help you guys be successful. Okay, so I don't mind if you go to my Facebook page and like it. Just hit like, right? And become a follower. And then when I post stuff up in there, if you want to snag it, steal it, share it, put it on your business Facebook page, go for it. No problem at all. Okay. So anyway, you don't need a website for this. When you sign up for this Jot form, they're going to give you a URL. Okay. They're going to give you a URL that you can then send. It's a link, a URL meaning a link that you can send to your clients when they're getting ready when they say, I'm ready to book. How do I get, what information do you need from me? Okay. So that establishes credibility. What do you think? Does this look professional to you? Do you guys agree? This looks like a pro is at work here. What do you think? Sylvia's used a few of my picks in my Facebook page. Great. That's awesome. Okay. All right. All right. I've gone over some of these things before in previous meetings. You can watch all of our live Zoom meetings are recorded in your agent dashboard on the left side. It says there's a link there that says training, and you click on that link and you can review all of our live Zoom meetings going back for months. Humberto, 39 a month. Humberto, the group cannot see what you're typing because the bottom of your chat, it says host and panelists. You need to change that to everyone. Just make a quick little change. But Humberto's saying it's 39 a month. For what? GoDaddy? I think that's what I pay. It's 29 a month, I think is what I pay. I'm not sure. Humberto uses Travel Joy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't mention that today because I didn't want to complicate the issue, but there are other programs available. Travel Joy is one, and the other is, I was just asking about it the other day, Travify. And these are platforms that you got to pay for but they're made for travel agents to send itineraries and quotes, and they look absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. But again, they cost money. I do know that Edwin, your co-founder here and the mastermind behind all the technology and all the tools and training and everything that we have at our fingertips. Edwin is looking to embed, hopefully, Travefy into your agent portal. It's a massive task, and he is currently tasked with improving and making the book now button in your portal, in your agent portal, your agent dashboard, making it better. And that's really his focus. So at some point in the future, it's probably a few months out, that he has his eyeballs on integrating Travefy. If you want to know what that's all about, just when we get off the call here, just Google it, look it up online, Travefy or Travel Joy. uh, I think Sherry, you use Travefy, right? Oh, she became an ambassador. I'm not sure what that means, but you're now an ambassador for Travefy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I've been doing pretty well with making my emails look really good. I'm becoming very good with copying and pasting photos of the suites, the pools, maybe a lounge bar, maybe a picture of a spa, that kind of a thing. And I can make my emails look pretty good. And so I've been avoiding paying for things like Travefy and Travel Joy, uh, but I don't know. Anyway, okay. So bottom line is this: the the gist of this meeting, the meat and potatoes, is that uh, um, finding ways for you to establish credibility and trust with your clients. That is your goal. And you can do that in small ways at first with making sure your tagline in your email, even if it's Yahoo or Gmail or what have you, looks good, okay, or at least has a professional appearance to it, okay. So that's a good start. Make sure that your agent profiler is up to speed inside a Travel Leaders Network. Okay, get your social media going. If you don't know how, find somebody. If you've got a kid, a teenager, or some other young person who can help you get that started, I highly advise it. Get a business, get a logo at the very least. Order up some business cards. You don't need a ton of them at first. Maybe order 50 cards to get started. And those are just some easy, simple, low cost or no cost ways to maybe reduce the amount of clients who ghost you or waste your time and don't book with you. Okay. All right. Yuri, wow, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yuri saying it's one of the best meetings for you personally. Okay. Thank you, Yuri. I again, I'm going to say this one last time before we log off here. Real talk. I get nervous about going too deep into this because I don't want any agents who, especially those of you who are on this call for the very first time or just getting started, or you've been a little slow out of the gate and you wish that you were further along, that all of these things that I'm sharing with you are absolutely required for you to book trips for clients. It's not the case. All I'm trying to say to you all today is, and to get across is, you just have to think about uh, all this critical data, sensitive stuff that your client is going to be providing you, and then access to, carte blanche essentially to their credit card. So the agents that do better are the ones who, over a period of time, are going to be able to establish trust and establish credibility. If you can't do any of these things, I suggest that you also encourage clients that you're engaged with. Don't get stuck behind your computer screen and email. We have a tendency, and I do too, we have a tendency to get stuck behind emails and texts when at least offer the opportunity to get on the phone with them. Because once you establish voice contact, for example, and you've been able to ask some questions, and then pretty soon sometimes within a first phone call, you find you have some common some commonalities that you can talk about, something that maybe they're, I don't know, graduated from college with a similar degree as you did, or something that creates a sense of, okay, this person that I'm dealing with is real, and I should be okay doing business with them. That's really the meat and potatoes of today's meeting. All right, so we're got about a half hour over. And I keep getting questions from agents about when Jacob's coming back. I don't know. I just know that he is working on this affiliate program. And if you don't know what that's all about, I encourage you to get involved with it. And I believe he's still conducting essentially one-on-one type, small groups meetings, Zoom meetings, where he is onboarding all of everyone he can who's a BWJ agent into this affiliate program. So reach out to support at bwjagents.com if you haven't, if you don't know anything about that, or if you didn't get the text inviting you to one of those meetings. Okay, get on that right away. All right, everybody, I'm done for today. I'll see you guys in a couple of days on Thursday, same time, same channel, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Uh, I hope you found this informative. Don't forget, these meetings are all recorded, and there's chock full of good information going back for months. So don't let those recorded Zoom meetings lie there in your agent portal untouched. Go backwards and look at some great stuff, especially if you have time. You're in between clients or what have you. Go back and look at some of those meetings. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Ciao for now, and happy booking. All right, everybody. Uh, catch you in a couple days. Bye now.